Good morning. It's Thursday, December 5th, about 6 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are flat to weaker with yesterday's strong upside reversal. We saw a $1 range in the silver market yesterday with prices closing in on the $32 resistance point. A close above that opens a path for higher prices. Now, some headlines to watch here. You're going to hear about the Dow Jones hitting 45,000 for the first time ever. Also, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ are both trading near all-time highs. Bitcoin futures broke through 100,000 in the overnight session, and really that comes as more discussion as far as the Bitcoin reserve, Paul Atkins as the SEC chairman, and then you're just getting a widespread participation in that market. A lot of the altcoins are grabbing a lot of headlines as well. We did just have the OPEC production their decision come out a second ago, and crude oil turned slightly positive after that news that OPEC is considering delaying that production hike until April. So bond yields right now sitting at the lowest level in 2 months, which should be further supportive for that gold market. It's just a lot of rotation and a lot of chasing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also the US equities that we're not seeing that kind of bang in the precious metals markets right now. So if you look at the overnight price action here, gold in about a $15 range, 26.80 down to 26.65. Silver futures trading just below the $32 range. Copper unchanged, platinum unchanged, and then oil kind of digesting those headlines from OPEC. It's been in and out of the positive territory. You do have the US dollar trading at 106.11, so that's slightly weaker here. Again, keep an eye on the chart, 105.57. A breakdown below that level will confirm kind of a head and shoulders pattern, and that's where you're going to see follow through surge in most of the foreign currencies, and then also that gold market and other precious metals should get that boost higher. So right now, looking at Bitcoin, 103,800 on the December futures contract, and the S&P 500 just below that 6,100 level. So looking at some other headlines here, geopolitical risks, they are rising with political uncertainty in France. They had a no confidence vote over the budget. South Korea is still making some headlines. We do have instability in the Middle East, and then the escalation in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Now, economic data to watch, and looking at the CME's Fed Watch tool, we did have Jerome Powell. He came out with his final public comments, said that the economy was strong, the labor market's better, growth is robust, and then this is the reason why gold futures didn't get that bang to the upside after reversing higher, was that he said that inflation is a little bit higher and he's cautious about cutting rates. So that capped the rally yesterday in the precious metals markets. Now, the more important thing is, one, he's not speaking anymore, and then two, we have to pay attention to the data for any signs of weakness, because that will reaffirm that interest rate cut in December, and then we'll have stagflation, and the stagflation should carry through into December and then also into January. That's why I don't think that you shouldn't give up on the metals markets by any means, that they're undervalued at this point in time, and that a breakout to the upside could be real and it could be quite beneficial here as far as price action. Looking at some of the data coming out, you had the OPEC meeting, you got the Challenger job cuts that already came out. Unemployment claims, that's the thing we're going to want to watch, 215,000. We want to see a number a little bit higher than that. Then we'll have the trade balance and then the natural gas storage. Natural gas prices, throw that back on your radar. With the January contract dipping below $3 yesterday, big rejection there. They do have natural gas options. They have a large futures contract. Excuse me. They also have a mini and a micro natural gas futures contract. So if you want to play that, reach out to me here. You've got some real easy stop placement below yesterday's low on many of these contracts here. Not necessarily a trade recommendation, just something to throw on your radar there as we're expecting another drawdown. And if you look at the way the supply has been, it's been really coming down quite a bit, and we're starting to have those where we're drawing inventories rather than injecting inventories into the natural gas market. So some key levels to watch on the metals here. On gold, obviously resistance point is going to be 26.90. That's going to be your November 29th high. The 50-day moving average 27.03. The trend reversal point is 27.47. On the metals edge, it will indicate that we are still in a bearish trend on a lot of these metals because it waits for a reversal point to break out to the upside. So it had this breakdown all the way, and what I'll see is we do have those higher lows on the chart. So the chart pattern itself is not necessarily bearish whatsoever because of the higher lows, and then we're starting to see kind of a convergence and a breakout, it looks like, to set place to the upside. So you use that as a temperature gauge as far as how the market is still shifting, and I think it's more neutral in a stance than anything at the moment here. Now, today's probable trading range on the gold market, and this is important because it's going to be higher than yesterday's probable trading range, 26.57 on the downside, 26.92 on the upside. A break above 26.92 should take that gold market back up to 27.10. You look at the silver market, pocket resistance again, 31.90 on up to about 32.04. That's where we stalled yesterday. That's where we stalled again in the overnight session. The 50-day moving average above that, it's going to be 32.30. The trend reversal point is 32.69. The trend reversal point is really where people come in, where widespread surge in volume and activity occur. So as long as we are in this kind of bearish, you're going to have some people kind of pulling off their shorts at the moment. It's more neutral, and there's not a lot of participants in those markets here. It's when it shifts to bullish trend, that's when you see all of a sudden CNBC's calling me to have me on and talk about the gold, the silver market, the copper market, and everything else. Now, today's probable trading range is important in the silver market. 31.45 on the downside, 32.25 on the upside. What's important about it is that if we break above that 32.04, we should see that move up to about 32.25. A break below 31.45 will most likely see a washout back to 31.07. So I'm going to outline a little bit more levels. That's what a lot of people give me a lot of feedback on the videos. They really like that it's put out early, it's got good content and things, but some people want some of the levels out there. So I'm going to give you a little bit more of that, as well as some trading ideas in various or markets to throw on your radar in various commodity markets. We've discussed things like wheat, platinum, we've discussed anything that was impacting as far as Russian production and things like that. So other metals as well. So I'm going to give you more of a broad-based perspective on a lot of these commodities markets beyond the precious metals as well. You got any questions, give me a call. I'll be on the Schwab Network in about an hour, 7:05, 7:15, somewhere right there. It's a bit tentative at the moment. You got any questions, 312-858-7303. You want to open up a futures trading account with us, send an email to info@bluelionfutures.com. We love to work with you. We love to get you out some of our additional research. We write things on the S&P, the energies, the grain markets, the livestock as well. Remember, futures and options trading does involve risk of loss. May not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.